The CDC currently suggests that drinking water in the U.S. contains about 0.7 milligrams of fluoride per liter. But now that could change after the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services urged the department to reconsider. I'm your Emmett Neighborhood reporter Alexander Huddleston, getting insight from a local Emmett dentist.
For over half a century, fluoride has been added to water supplies in the U.S. to help people preserve their teeth.
Before 1960, about 90% of retired people, 65 and older, were edentulous, no teeth. And looking into today, we are now at 10% of retirees 65 and older living with a denture using false teeth.
While in Utah this week, the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert Kennedy Jr., said the government should not decide what minerals go in drinking water.
And I'm very, very proud of this state for being the first state to ban it, and I hope many more will come. It makes no sense to have fluoride in our water. We will see a difference, and people will be healthier.
But why is it in our water in the first place? I visited Emmett Dental to speak with Dr. Chad Sellers, who says it was originally introduced to make up for America's sugary and carb-driven diet.
Our cavity rates, despite having a very sugary diet in America, are about equal to Europeans who don't have fluoridated water, but their diet's better.
Currently, the CDC suggests that water should contain 0.7 milligrams of fluoride for every liter. Dr. Sellers explained in much of the Treasure Valley, it actually ranges between 0.2 and 0.6, which he says may be a little low when it comes to protecting teeth. Here in Emmett, it's higher, around 1.5 milligrams per liter.
Over 1.5 parts per million, they notice lower IQs in children. So we should actually start to think a little bit about that. Maybe our safety number should be lower.
I reached out to the Department of Environmental Quality, which tells me they sometimes get involved if local systems need to raise or lower their fluoride levels. Dr. Sellers explained while there are health risks to the mineral, there are plenty of advantages that go along with it.
I think that research still needs to keep happening because we don't have all the answers. I think fluoride does have a place in the world, and fluoridated water is, I think it's beneficial in small amounts.
So if the CDC does end up making changes to the levels of fluoride in our drinking water, it's really going to be up to you and me to make sure our teeth stay pretty clean without those extra daily doses of fluoride.